Your brain isn't actually trying to destroy you. Just sit with that for a second. As we start this explainer, I want to invite you into a dark, quiet space to look at something we all struggle with, but, well, rarely understand. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It's actually trying to protect you. But somewhere along the line, deep inside the architecture of your mind, that protection mutated. So welcome to the hidden mechanics of human psychology.
So why does your brain absolutely refuse to stay quiet? It's a feeling you probably know all too well, especially in the middle of the night. You're just lying there in the dark, and suddenly your mind decides to treat simple, everyday thoughts like literal life-or-death survival threats. A passing comment from a coworker, a weird look from a stranger, an email you sent 3 hours ago. Your brain isn't processing these as passing moments. It sees them as immediate dangers.
The reality here is that protection became obsession. And the truly terrifying part isn't just that your mind does this, it's that your brain actually rewards this obsessive behavior. Every single day, your mind is making thousands of decisions silently, right there in the shadows, totally without you realizing it. But the second uncertainty appears, it triggers something deeply, deeply biological.
And we see this in the explicit symptoms of a mind turning on itself. We're talking about replaying conversations over and over, imagining absolute worst-case scenarios, obsessively analyzing every microscopic mistake. These aren't just quirky parts of your personality, right? They are the thousands of silent, unconscious decisions that are trapping you in a highly active state of distress. Your mind is just spinning its wheels, utterly convinced it's doing the right thing for you.
Section 1. The illusion of protection. As we descend deeper into the mechanics of the mind, we have to look at how everyday uncertainty wakes up a biological system that was designed for a completely different world. I mean, think about it. Thousands of years ago, real danger was a physical predator stalking you through a forest. Today, imagined danger is a delayed text message or an awkward social interaction. But here is the chilling clinical reality. Your brain fundamentally cannot distinguish between the two. To your mind, that unanswered text is processed exactly like a predator hiding in the brush.
Section 2. The ancient alarm system.
To really understand this, we have to look at evolutionary neuroscience. Our ancestors survived specifically by predicting danger. We are literally the descendants of the most anxious, hyper-vigilant humans to ever walk the earth. And the clinical culprit behind this? The amygdala. It's a small, powerful part of the brain that acts as an automatic alarm system. When uncertainty appears, it doesn't stop to ask for permission. It operates with this autonomous machine-like power over your human emotion. It simply senses the unknown, decides it's a threat, and pulls the fire alarm.
And once that alarm is pulled, an uncontrollable biological sequence kicks off. First, cortisol violently floods your bloodstream. Second, your attention sharply narrows down. Third, your thoughts accelerate to just a blistering speed. Without even meaning to, your brain has entered full survival mode. You are biologically preparing to fight or flee, all while you're just sitting completely still in an empty room.
Section 3. Addicted to overthinking. So why do we keep doing it if it feels so terrible? Well, here is the dark paradox of the human mind. Overthinking tricks us because it actually feels productive. It creates the illusion of preventing pain. Your brain convinces you that if you just analyze a situation long enough, if you turn that memory over in your head just one more time, you can somehow prevent future failure. But you aren't solving problems. You are literally just feeding a psychological loop.
Every replayed memory, every imagined scenario, every single what if, it all strengthens this loop. And the terrifying reality of neuroscience is this. As you search for certainty in these thoughts, it activates the dopamine anticipation systems in your brain. Your mind is desperately searching for a certainty that might never actually come, creating a literal, biological addiction to your own anxiety and to the active thinking itself.
Section 4. The modern mental prison.
Now, what happens when you take this ancient biological glitch and drop it into our current reality? The modern world is a relentless assault on our senses. Social media, constant comparison with strangers all over the globe, infinite choices, absolute information overload. The human brain was never biologically designed for this constant daily attack on its attention. We are essentially feeding our ancient alarm system a daily diet of pure, highly synthesized anxiety.
And the result? Mental exhaustion without any physical effort. This is exactly why you can sit completely still for 8 hours at a desk and feel entirely physically drained. Because while your body hasn't moved an inch, your attention has been under an absolute siege. Every unfinished thought, every unread notification becomes this deafening mental noise.
Your brain never truly gets to rest. The descending costs of this loop are just devastating. Your clarity is slowly destroyed. Confidence, weakened. Anxiety is drastically increased, and your emotional energy is completely drained. Eventually, this leads to an ultimate cognitive paralysis. Your brain begins to fear uncertainty far more than it fears failure itself. You become a prisoner who refuses to leave the cell, simply because the hallway outside is too unpredictable.
Section 5. The 3-second reset.
It is time to ascend from this dark space and introduce a covert, scientifically backed psychological override. This is how you actually hack your own survival system. Step 1. The very moment you notice yourself spiraling, you must pause for 3 seconds. Step 2. Breathe slowly. Step 3. Force your attention completely back into the present physical moment. Doing this physically interrupts the automatic survival response. You are, quite literally, quietly cutting the wire to the alarm. Because awareness breaks unconscious patterns. By forcing this silent discipline, you actually stop the amygdala from hijacking your nervous system. You aren't just taking a breath here. You are slowly, deliberately forcing your brain to rewire itself. You are stepping out of the shadows and taking control back from the machine. Look, your mind is incredibly powerful, but not every single thought your brain produces deserves your trust. Throughout this explainer, we've seen how our biology tries to trap us. Sometimes, the most intelligent, emotionally powerful action you can take is simply to stop thinking. Silence is a discipline.
I want to leave you with this final haunting realization. The most dangerous prison is the one built by your own mind. If your mind built a prison, you hold the key to dismantle it. But the question remains, are you brave enough to step outside?